Hello, and welcome to Cyber Mentoring Monday. I've turned my microphone on this time, which definitely helps. For those who were at the beginning of the Friday stream, I think I spoke for about 2 minutes before chat realized my mic was off. So that was fun. Okay, so yeah, chat's been going off. Okay, so firstly, thanks to JBeers11 and GoPro Slowyo for the both of you 4-month resubscription. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. What have we got here? Let's see. Okay, JBeers redeemed a text to British speech. Do you want it in a posh British accent or a slightly lower class British accent? Because I feel like I can do both for that particular one. Lower class, all right. That's going to be hard because my accent's not generally that lower class for Britain. Okay. Oi, those Tritish small ones. They've walloped my CPU, bloody knotheads. There you go. And yes, I'm drinking, but I'm not drinking alcohol. It's my attempt at a lower class British accent. Alright, there you go. You can clip that and use it. Okay, what else have we got? Yeah, Helen of Tor was kind of streaming earlier. She did a test stream, and a few of us were in there making sure everything was working. Yes, just a guy. Yes, technically iced tea. Though it's sweet iced tea, so I guess it's kind of southern. But I don't generally drink tea, honestly. If I do drink tea, it's usually iced. My go-to beverage is coffee, so yeah. Any advice for OSCP student will start on the 1st of January? Yeah. Auto recon in the chat. And these are still pretty good courses. Yeah, it's gonna be different. It's gonna be weird because obviously I would say my buffer overflow room as well, but given that they've taken the buffer overflow room kind of out, sorry, the buffer overflow out of the exam kind of, it's gonna be an interesting year next year for OSCP. But yeah, so auto recon, like I linked, is an automated reconnaissance tool enumeration that will just do Nmap scans and then scan a bunch of other services and give you the results in a nice format. My 2 Udemy courses are both on Privesc, which obviously is a big part of the exam. So you always drink tea on stream. No, sometimes I'll drink water, but yeah, I love tea. I just like having a nice sweet drink. Okay, is the Portswigger cert recommended for beginners? Absolutely not. I think they recommend you've done all the practitioner things, all the practitioner labs, which is probably at a decent level. So with a few years experience, you could probably do all the practitioner courses. So I don't think it's a beginner course at all. No. Hey Tiberius, maybe I missed it by you dropping a course soon. No. Probably at some point next year, but I don't know. Yeah, that's true. They didn't take it out. So the buffer overflow is still technically in the OSCP exam. It's just one of the boxes you might get of the 3 that are non-AD. So I think you get 3 non-Active Directory boxes now. And one of them might be a buffer overflow, but it might not. Okay, I think we can switch across. Let me just check. Okay, cool. So for those, I think we had to miss last week's stream. Unfortunately, I had some stuff come up. Apollo, thank you for the follow. But we're back into it this week. So for those of you who don't know, I have somewhat partnered with HackTheBox to do these Monday streams. And as part of that, they have given me some VIP Plus coupons to give away. So I think we have 2 more left, so we're going to do 1 this stream. For those of you who don't know what a VIP Plus coupon is, well, you can usually buy the regular subscription to HackTheBox, or you can get the VIP subscription, which is access to the VIP retired machines, retired challenges, 24 hours of Pwnbox, all this lovely stuff. But then the Plus, which is worth $20, you get personal machine instances. This bit is the real, the really good bit about the VIP Plus. So if you ever been on a HackTheBox box and for some reason it goes down randomly or the exploit doesn't work anymore, and a lot of the time it's because somebody else has been on the same box as you and they've done something and they've messed it up. So what this does, the personal machine instances, means that literally only you on your VPN connection have access to that box. It is yours for as long as you want. And obviously having unlimited Pwnbox is also kind of nice. So with the regular VIP, you only get 24 hours a month. With unlimited, obviously, you get the entire month. However, I definitely recommend using the VPN anyway. So to enter the competition, you have to type HackTheBox, all one word, in the chat. It doesn't have to be lowercase, just has to be all one word. And at some point we will do a random draw and award somebody the coupon. So if you want the chance to win 1 month of VIP Plus, type HackTheBox, all one word, no spaces, in the chat. And let's start with some Stream Raiders. If I can get it going. Where are we? Alright, let's try this one. I'm going to... There we go. Okay, if you have not done Stream Raiders before, it's a fun little game. You can sign in using your Twitch account. You can click the link that Stream Captain Bot just pasted in the chat. And effectively in 30 minutes, we will basically have a battle. It's kind of fun. Yeah, definitely recommend it. If you're in Al-Hazred, if you watch Al-Hazred's content, he does it as well. So you'll be leveling up your units as well on his stream. So, okay, let's get into it. We were going to do starting point. We've almost finished starting point several times. So yeah, hopefully we only got 3 more machines to do. So I'm hoping we'll be able to get it done and then potentially do an easy HackTheBox box. But let's do this. We'll connect to the starting point lab network. And if we go into vaccine, yep, that's pretty on the nose. Linux, FTP, SQL, SUID. Okay, nice. I may have to refresh it. It probably hasn't detected I'm connected to the VPN. Cool, okay. All right, we're spawning this instance. David Zilli. Apologies if I'm mispronouncing that. Thank you for the follow. Also, the Metries. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Thank you for the follow as well. All right. Subtronic, thank you for the follow. Let's start up a new terminal. Sure, I'll update SSH. There we go. Right. We're going to HackTheBox. Vaccine. Okay. Cool. All right, so we'll start off with just doing a regular nmap scan. So we'll do no ping. We'll do versions. We'll do default scripts. We'll give it VV as well. That should be the 174. Perfect. We'll also do an output though. So we'll output it into top.nmap. .tcp.nmap actually. Okay. All right, so we have some ports already. 22, 80, and 21. 22 is bound to be SSH. Port 80 is bound to be HTTP, and port 21 is bound to be FTP. Those are the defaults. And it looks like those are the only ports. So, and we have this lovely thing. Anonymous FTP login allowed. We've seen that several times in these streams. Let's open a new terminal. I'll go into the box again, vaccine. So let's FTP onto the box. It would help if I actually copied the IP address again. Okay. So FTP has this wonderful thing. I feel like I say this almost every week, where you can have anonymous FTP mode enabled. What this means is if you type anonymous as the username, and then either specify no password, or if that doesn't work, type the word anonymous. In this case, it worked with no password. You have anonymous access, which means you can access some files sometimes. And in this case, it looks like there's, let me just do, right, so there's no hidden files. There's only one file. It's a zip. It's a backup zip. So to get that file, you can just type get backup.zip, and it will do the transfer, and it will save it into our current directory. So there we go. We have backup.zip. We can unzip it. It has a password. Okay. Anyone know what we can do to try and get this zip's password? Zip to John, there we go, sick in the mind. Right, so if you do zip to John, which I believe is installed by default, backup.zip, if you just press enter, it will spit this out, but what we want to do is redirect it into a zip hash, I guess, .txt, and then we can just give that to John. So what we'll do word list, zip hash. So the word list is going to be user share word list passwords rocku.txt. It's a pretty common one. So there we go. There's the password. 741852963. Yeah. It's creepy that it's even possible I should submit a request for a CV with this FTP login. I'm sure I'll get one. True. How long am I streaming for today? It really depends. We're going to be doing these, at least these 3 leftover boxes from starting point. If we have enough time, we'll do an easy box on HackTheBox. And then if I have enough time at the end of that, I did say I would do one lab from Portswigger, which technically isn't beginner content, but it's going to be one lab at the end, so I figure all the beginners who don't want to see the complicated web app stuff can just drop off. Okay, unzip backup.zip. Let's paste the password in. Okay, that worked. Perfect. And let's actually create a zip directory and move the files that were in it, which was index.php and style.css, into it, and then we'll go in here. All right, so the style.css, this is obviously a website file, probably just going to be literally CSS. Yep, likely. Let's look in the index.php file though. Okay, so it looks like we have login up here. I'm guessing at this point that we probably want to go to the IP address. And browse to the web app. Megacorp login. Let's check. Yeah, Megacorp login's there. Look. So this index.php page, it just submits to itself. It looks like. Yeah, there's no action, so it's just going to submit to itself. So it's a good indicator that this is probably the login here. So we know the username. We don't know the password, but we do know the password hash, and it's an MD5 hash. So let's copy that, and we'll do admin MD5. Oops, MD5.txt. Paste that in there, and we'll do John again. And we'll just change this to the admin MD5. So it's likely it didn't select the right one. Detected hash type LM. Yeah, so we need to actually give it the format. So it's probably going to be raw MD5 here. There we go. That worked. Okay. So this box is all about cracking hashes. And you see how quick that was, even though John is pretty slow. So okay, let's I tell you what, we'll I'll put those in there for this. Just keep some quick notes. So if we type admin and paste that in, I want to save that. But look at that, we are in. We're at the dashboard.php. So that's nice. Okay. So there's some JavaScript here. It's probably, yeah, that's just a default library. Actually, yeah, sorry, it's at fontawesome.com, so we don't need that. This is at Cloudflare, probably don't need that. Dashboard.js is just how the table works. So clicking these. So I imagine this is going to be SQL injection, maybe. So let's just see how the search works. I'm going to type meta because it's the first one I see here. And we get meta back. Actually, we get it in the search bar. You can probably see at the top. So if I use a single quote, there we go. You can't see that, but let me zoom in. Unterminated quote string at or near, and this is actually a double quote followed by the single quote, which is our single quote up here, followed by a double quote. That's why it looks so odd. Line 1, select all from cars where name I like meta. So this query, it's actually given us the entire query here, which is kind of nice. So this is our injection point right here. This was the single quote that we pasted in. So normally the query looks like that. I like is literally, so you normally see stuff like, right, where name equals. You can also do where name like, or in this case, where name I like. If you do like, you can put these percentage signs, which basically say any or no characters. You can also do underscores, which I think is one character. But in this case, it's surrounding our input with them, so it's looking for any cars where the name contains meta. Okay, and a good way to see that is if we go back to the dashboard and I zoom out. So if I search instead for AN, right? So there's no cars named AN here, but if I click search, it's going to come back with Sandy and Cannon because they both have AN in them. Does that make sense for everyone? So effectively, we could do a standard injection or 1 equals 1 and then comment everything out, and we would get all the cars. I imagine what they really want us to do is a union. Because I imagine what we need to do is find the other tables, I think. So let's see. Let's get the cheat sheet up. It's been a while since I've done this manually. I usually use SQL map. We'll make sure we do it right. Okay, so I'm guessing it's the MySQL database. So we'll try getting the tables. All right, union query must have the same number of columns. Okay, so essentially what we're trying to do here is union the output here with the list of tables. There's basically a table with all the information about the tables, which is kind of counterintuitive. But we need to match the query. So if we try, I imagine it's going to be at least 4 rows. Maybe 5. Oh, hang on. Yeah, let's go. There's 5. And now we have union types, character varying an integer cannot be matched. Okay, so what we're doing here is I've put numbers in here. And so what we really don't want are numbers. We want basically... actually, I could probably do nulls, to be honest. Let's try this. Right, yeah. Okay, so we got nulls. I think actually we want to do a union all. Yeah, okay. Union all works better. It's going to show us all this blank data, which is great. So this is probably an integer. Yeah, okay. And then what we want to do is... Hang on. Static information. There is a way to get the table names. Actually, where is the information schema.database? Hang on. Let's search for that. Right, so we want the table name. So if we, I'm assuming this is going to be, right, that's the name field is the second field. So if we instead select table name, right, there we go. Okay. So we can see now all the table names in every single database here. And so there's the cars one at the top, right? And then, okay, so this is actually Post. Is this Post? Yes, yeah, Postgres. This isn't MySQL at all. Okay. Are there any other? Yeah, that's a good point actually. So Portswigger does have a union injection cheat sheet. Okay, actually it doesn't for... Oh, here we go. You can list tables that exist in the database, so... Yeah, effectively table names, exactly the same thing. I guess we could do table schema as well, which is technically the database. Actually, this is MS SQL. Sorry, we can't do that.
Mr. Streamer.
Okay. I said Portgress. I can't even do Postgres. There we go. The information schema. List all tables. Is there a... Yes, there is a table schema. Okay. Yeah, please only use the Mr. Streamer thing if I'm not paying attention to chat and I need to be. So let's put table schema in second. Okay, we can. Good. So it doesn't only look like there's one table in the public database. Is there anything? Okay. I'm guessing we need to figure out if there's any passwords. Postgres password table. Okay. PG user is a publicly readable. All right, was there PG user? There is. Okay, so I'm going to keep this open. We're going to duplicate the tab. And then what we're going to do is select... we need to get the columns. So we need to use the information schema.columns table. And so we'll do this, where table name equals PG underscore users. And we don't want to do that. We'll change these to nulls again. I think that's... Was it PG users? PG user, that might be why. User. Okay, so we have some rows here. They're invisible right now. So what we'll do is we'll look up Postgres information schema.columns. Okay, so here's the columns table. So we want the column name, and we'll put that here in the second null because the first null is actually an integer. It's probably the ID field. Okay, so we have username, password. That's probably good. Was there a there's a PG shadow table as well, so we'll enumerate the shadow table as well. Alright, so actually we might be able to just extract them directly from the shadow table. So what we'll do, we'll duplicate tab again, and we'll do username and pass WD from PG shadow. Username doesn't exist. Okay, actually. Right, so we want to do pg underscore shadow dot username and pg underscore shadow dot password. Oh, username. Okay. That doesn't look too... I mean, this might be something. We have a Postgres user and the MD5 hash, I guess. Okay. So we can copy this. I'm guessing the Postgres user might have SSH permissions. So let's do Postgres hash. I mean, it's an MD5 hash, we know that. So we can go back up and do Postgres. Okay. I mean, I googled it and it. this one reversed this. So googling it definitely helps. Let's try SSHing. Okay. All right, that's denied. Kind of odd because that was the only user in that table. Are there any other users? PG user mappings. All right, this is an interesting one now. I wonder if there's a way to... I mean, this might be way beyond very easy. I'm thinking maybe we can... write... Can you write files with Postgres? You can do copy. Oh no, hang on. Copy's moving tables. Oh, between a file and a table. Copies data from a file to a table. Okay, that's interesting. Postgres copy from. Can we, I mean, imagine, can we copy from this? I think we have to actually I think it's actually a separate command though. You have to run it. Yeah, you can't stack queries either in Postgres. What are the index.php? Does it have anything else? No. Okay. We got SQL injection. I guess we could try and at least investigate and see if there's any other tables in the cars directory. So let me duplicate this tab, and instead we'll do table name equals cars. Right. So like I said, there's an ID. I don't think you can do stack queries in Postgres. Okay, no, it does. All right. Okay. Postgres supports stack queries, but several applications will throw an error if two responses are returned when just expecting one. All right, so let's try doing a sleep, I guess. So what we'll do is we'll do meta pg sleep. Okay, so yeah, we definitely can do stacked queries. Okay, that's good. I always thought Postgres couldn't do stacked queries, and it was MS SQL that could. Okay, so we made it sleep for 10 seconds. So that means hopefully we can copy some stuff. So the new copy to from was implemented. This allows the database super user to run arbitrary operating system commands. Okay. So we're going to create a table command exec. Okay, we'll do stream raiders quickly, and then we will do some more. Okay. Okay. Yay. Grant rewards. And we will select. There we go. We'll do that battle. And there we go. Okay, back to this. Okay. Let's just try this. We know there's not going to be a table, so we can just skip to this one. Okay, and then we can confirm this table now by refreshing this query. There we go. We have a command exec table. Let me close some of these other rubbish tabs. Okay, copy command exec from program ID. So this is just gonna hopefully, okay. And then we need to basically just select. So in this case, if we go back to this and we modify this query a little bit. So we're going to select, what was the command output. Dot command output. We'll put that as a null. From... There we go. Okay. So now we can actually run commands through this query and see the output here. So let's do cat Etsy password, and then just refresh this. Okay. We got Simon. So I guess the next question is, can we look in the directory, the home directory of Simon? So we'll do an ls-la, see if he's got a .ssh, and refresh this again. Okay, so we can view it, but he doesn't have a .ssh directory, so and his bash history is pointing to dev null. Okay. All these other users are pretty standard. We do have a home FTP user. I guess we could try and view their home directory. We could also get a reverse shell, that's true. So we could try and get a reverse shell because we can at least execute stuff. Yeah, maybe I was overthinking it. Alright, let's what's my IP address? Okay, we'll do this. Okay. We can just use this one, I think. So obviously I need to URL encode it, but we can do nc-nvlp 4444, and then why the two? Right, so I need to... Can I surround... I just want to check and see if I can surround this with quotes. Regular quotes. No. Okay. So what I might have to do is change these single quotes to double quotes. Okay. Alright. Child process exited. We didn't get anything. Did it encode it? Copy the reverse shell. Oh, that might have been why I think I... Right, so change that and that, and maybe just do bin bash. No, that's not working. We could try this one. This netcat one. Okay, that looks like it worked. Or is working, maybe? Uh, 1458. I mean, it's taking its time, but it's not giving me... No. Okay, then it just crashed. I guess we could see if we can just do a curl. So let's just do... Well, I just want to see if it can actually get back to my box. So this on 8,000. Do a curl, HTTP, 8,000. Alright, we can definitely get back. We don't need to refresh this. All this does is give us the output. Oh, hang on a minute. I've got an idea. What if we just use the echo command to echo out some PHP, right? Echo shell exec, right? So we use this little PHP string, and we're probably going to surround it in quotes. What I'll do first, though, is I'll run it on my bash prompt, because I just want to make sure it's gonna... Right, because this get is going to disappear because it's a $sign potentially. So I just need to backslash the $sign. Okay. That should work. And then if I do this, looks like we got... So if I now do and cmd equals ID. Okay, did it? Let me just view the page source. Did it actually render it? It doesn't render it. Alright, so that doesn't work. Yeah, it just echoes it back. Yeah, so the reason you're seeing, I presume you mean this bit. This is just keeping a log of all the commands we've run, the outputs. So the first command we did was ID, and all these. It doesn't clear the table after everyone. All right, so that one doesn't work. I mean, we can include we can include HTML. Path reversal. I mean, we've got command execution. So honestly, really, what we could just do is we don't need to drop the table every time, but we could, I guess. What we really know what to do is transfer a file across. Well, actually, you know what we could do? We could still do this. But let's check out where we are, because if we have rights to maybe the dub directory, so let's do ls-la var dub. HTML. Refresh this again. Okay, we don't have write permissions. All this is root owned, and we can only read. So I think we definitely just have to get some kind of command reverse shell from this. Or we could just generate. So if we... okay, we've got Rubik's Cube result. So what I'll do is we'll generate MSF Venom. Linux interpreter. Ton 0. Right. Yeah, so we'll do this again. I'm assuming it's x64 Linux. Actually, we don't want an interpreter, do we? List payloads, grep Linux, grep shell. All I'm going to do is I'm going to compile a standard reverse shell, reverse TCP shell. Then we'll use curl to, or wget to download it, and then we'll just execute it. So copy this. Okay, that's saved it. So we'll do wget -O temp /reverse.elf http reverse.elf. Okay, and then we'll do an ls-la just to make sure it's there. And refresh this. Okay, it is there. We need to obviously make it executable, so we'll do mod. We'll just do 777. Always, ordinarily, you do a +x there, but plus is a special character in the URL. I don't want to encode it. All right, let's just try it. Okay, so now we just have to run it. Okay. Nope, that didn't work. Maybe if I background it. So I do need to encode an ampersand. I forget what the ampersand is. 26. There we go. Okay, set up a new netcat listener. It's not liking that, is it? Maybe it's a 32-bit. No, actually, if it was a 32-bit, it wouldn't even run. Okay, I'm going to solve a Rubik's Cube. And while we do that, chat, have a think. Because this one is perplexing. I mean, we have command execution, it's just how we actually get a shell is the complicated bit. Okay, let me switch to webcam only. And I will scramble it while looking away. Okay, that's pretty well scrambled. All right. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's all good. And hey, perfect. Okay. And then just this last few turns and we're done. Okay. All right, where's the redemption? Okay, yeah, let's run uname -a just to double check. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's going to be 64-bit, because I don't think we'd have got a connection back. Yeah. We're 64-bit. Okay, yep, screen, thank you. Alright, so I did uname-a up here, and then, yeah, we're 64-bit. So... I guess we could just... I mean... It's very strange. Let me try some more reverse shells though. Go to rev shell gen. There's a few good ones in here, I think. This one worked amazingly for me the other day, so let's just try this one. We want the ports. All right. Okay. We'll URL encode the entire thing. I'll just put it in here. Oops. And I need to set up my listener still. Okay. That worked. See, that one's amazing. I'm just going to use that one from now on. The MK nod one. I don't know why, it just really works. All right, let's do a let's see if Python 3 is here. It is. All right, so we can do the lovely TTY trick. We copy that. I'll just change it to Python 3 because obviously we love Python 3. One day I'm going to memorize that syntax, but okay. So let's do.
We are in.
All right, we have. I just realized we were. We haven't been answering these questions, have we? Besides SSH and HTTP, there was FTP. The service can be figured to allow login with any password for a specific username. This was anonymous. What was the name of the file? It was backup.zip. What script comes with John the Ripper? This was zip to John. What password was the admin user on the website? QWERTY. Yep. What option can be passed to SQL map to try? Oh, okay. I know this was OS shell. So they used SQL map. We did it the easy way. So yeah, now we have a shell. We can try sudo-l. We don't have a password, unfortunately. Oh, yes, we do. Don't we? Did I freaking miss it? Hang on. Let's search for it again. Oh, do I have a that enabled chat box? That's good. I didn't know I had that, but okay, so now I can paste this password in. Okay. Is that definitely the right? Yeah. Okay. Maybe I need to do it again. Sudo. Oh, well, that crashed. This box just does not like shells. Okay, I'm gonna try the sudo trick again. No. Okay. What program can the Postgres user run as root using sudo? They can't. Unless this isn't the password for Postgres, but I think it is. Thank you for the follow, Adrian. Okay, is anyone... Did we miss anything? Because... This is weird. Oops. Okay, I'm just going to search for this again. Oh, there it is. The hash you want to analyze is that, yeah. I'm going to take the hint. Sudo-L is the hint. Yeah, we can try crack station, but I mean, yeah, it's not found. I mean, I believe it when this website says, and honestly, we can double check it, because if we do, if we just open a new tab, echo-n MD5 sum. What was the hash? Yeah, that's the password. Maybe it's just this. Maybe the Postgres part is left off. Let's try it. Oh, maybe not the P. Oh my goodness, that was it. I concatenate the username. Okay. So I guess I've learned something today, which is the MD5 hash of the of users in the Postgres in the shadow database concatenates the username on the end. Probably could have googled that, but did you cat everything in www/html? Yes, this was it. Okay, but so we have the password. So we'll do sudo-L, and then the password is this. We can use v, so vi is the answer here. All right, and we can actually usually get a shell from vi. The question is, can I? Actually, I'll show you how to do it. We'll go to GTFO bins and do vi sudo. Yeah, this thing I think you can do, but we might not be able to add. Right, so we have to do this sudo bin vi And then we want to do, right, colon. Where'd it go? Did it just crash? Okay, it crashed. All right, hang on a minute. I'm just going to paste that. So we do a colon that. We're very close, I feel. So sudo -l. Okay, do that. And then no. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't prefix it with sudo, did I? Hang on. One more try. Oh, hang on. Yeah. So I need to do sudo that, and then paste this. Enter. ID. We're root. Hooray! All right.
I'm in.
Okay, so we need to do an ls of the home Simon user. Okay. Submit the user file. Okay. I guess we can do a locate user.txt. Now find name user.txt in is it find name user /.txt? Oh right, yeah. No, you do the freaking thing first, don't you? Okay, there we go. Should have probably guessed it was in the Postgres file, but whatever's. HackTheBox. All right, and then we can cat root.txt. Good. All right. Nice. Okay, we're done. Spawn this one. Let's keep going. That was an interesting one. I especially like the SQL injection thing. I don't think I've ever done union injections on a Postgres database before. All right, good timing. Let's cancel all these tabs. Wait for this box to spawn. Kill the shell. Yeah. All right, we'll do Stream Raiders and start the battle. It was easy. Okay, random rewards. Yeah, screw it, we'll do this one as well. Okay. This box is included. So we'll do included. We'll do another mmap. And All right, what have we got here? Just put 80. What service is running? Oh, UDP. They want us to do a UDP scan. Okay, so to do a UDP scan, you got to do a few more things. If you weren't running nmap as sudo, you have to run it with sudo. You have to put a lowercase s, capital U for UDP. We'll do top 20 UDP because UDPs are slow to scan. So you can do -- top - ports equals 20. We'll see if that works. This is what I mean about it being slow. So what we can do now, though, we can. I'll do one more announcement for the giveaway. If you want to win, want to enter the chance to win 1 month VIP Plus subscription to HackTheBox, type HackTheBox, all one word, lowercase, in chat. And then in a few minutes, we'll do the giveaway. I see we've got a few people who've entered. Okay. It's probably going to take 7 minutes. What service is running on the target machine over UDP? I'm going to take a guess at SNMP. No. Okay. Okay. Looks like it's finished that. Pretty new to CEH. What is HackTheBox? HackTheBox is this website. So it's a really good resource. It's got a lot of challenges on it. But they're basically boxes that you can boot up and you are supposed to hack them. Alright, this might actually work. Okay. I may need to scan. I need to scan the maybe top 100 UDP now. Do cybersecurity professionals do leet code to keep their coding skills fresh? I don't think I've ever heard of leet code. So no. But I do develop stuff, so what am I doing? I should probably just go to like my main development is auto recon, which is all Python. And I've been developing that for several years, so yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, Magic Metodija, for the subscription. Really appreciate it. Okay, so it's scanning what it thinks are 42 services. Yeah, pretty much. I don't think they use Docker. I think they use VMware, but same kind of thing. Let's move on because I noticed there were questions about port 80, so let's at least connect to port 80. Oh, okay. Anyone else see that? What class of vulnerability is the web page? Well, it's got a file equals home.php. I wonder what we could do here. Maybe that? Oh yeah, there we go. Home mic, SSH. He doesn't have that, no, but can we read shadow? Sure we can. Can we read remote files? We can't read remote files, okay. So it would be just an LFI, yep. MSec got it. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna randomize and roll it. ZQ, congratulations, my friend. Let me. Let me message you. Oh, if you only just joined, you might have missed the announcement a few minutes ago. But don't worry, if you come back next week, we've got one more code to give away. Okay. It was for HackTheBox VIP 1 month subscription. Come on. So we could try doing PHP filters as well. So PHP filters are these really weird freaking things. They're kind of a where is it? Please tell me I don't have to use filter. Come on, where's the base 64 one? There we go. I won't use that site then. High on Coffee, there we go. I know High on Coffee is a good site for that. Right, so we can do this. There we go. So we give it this weird PHP filter string. I'll paste it in here. so you can see it a little better. So basically, you use the PHP schema thing, :// filter, and then you can add this convert statement. So in this case, we're going to convert it into base64. Give it the resource equals the file name. In this case, I just want to know the index.php file, and it spits out a base64 encoded string, which should be the contents of the index.php page. And so we can, for instance, in a new terminal here, do that into base64-d, and yeah, we get if it includes, yeah, so it just includes the file. All right, what did we find? Did we find anything? I'm getting all these port unreachables, no response. I don't see anything actually open. What's the hint? Yeah, I know. Okay. It ends in P, so it can't be quote of the day. Also, quote of the day had no response. It could be TFTP. You could try that. It was TFTP. Okay, good. I'm just going to guess at that. Okay, so what class of vulnerability is the web page vulnerable to? Local file inclusion. What's the default system folder that TFTP uses to store files? That's an interesting one. Default location. I guess this one? It could be this. It can't be because it's got a three letter varlib TFTP root maybe. That looks a little better. With a no. Default system folder for TFTP. All right. This is saying TFTP boot, but it's not. Oh, TFTP boot maybe instead of TFTP root. TFTP. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be right. Okay, it's TFTP boot. What interesting file is located in the web server folder and can be used for lateral movement? Can we just do like var dub dub dub? Probably can't, no. Hang on. Interesting file is located in the web server folder and can be used for lateral movement. So it's a hidden file. Probably a HT password. Okay, it was an HT password file. I'm guessing, can I just do var www.ht password? No. Is it www.html? It is. Okay. So we have an HT password file which gives us some credentials. What am I doing? What is the group that user Mike is part of that can be exploited for privilege escalation? Okay, so we have his credentials. We can look in Etsy password. View page source to make it nice. Look in Etsy group. Does it say what group he's in? Yeah. So if we search for Mike, he's in the LXD group. Okay, so that, yeah, we can use the that LXD exploit. When using an image to exploit a system via containers, we look for a very small. So I'm guessing, can we get a shell by doing the access log trick? Apache log directory. Assuming this is Apache, I really probably should have checked. I can always just curl it. It's Apache, we're good. Okay, we could, yeah, we actually, yeah, sorry, we could try the HTTPD version. No. Maybe varlog. Should we try connecting to TFTP? I think we have a TFTP. Geez, quit. TFTP help. I'm gonna have to look up TFTP now. It's been a while. TFTP commands. I think we only have. Yeah, you can't list in TFTP, can you? List files? I don't think you can. Yeah, it doesn't. Okay, so can we though upload a PHP file and then just use the LFI? This is what I'm thinking. So we exit out of here, or we quit. We create cmd.php, echo shell exec, get cmd. Yep. And then we do put cmd.php. Okay. And then we use the answer from before. Right? To do cmd.php and cmd equals id. There we go. Okay, does anyone not understand that? Let me know while I check a text. Does anyone understand what we did there? So TFTP was enabled. We know that we can include PHP files and it'll actually execute the PHP. So I uploaded a PHP file to the TFTP directory and then I included it and gave it the command. So now we can get a shell. NC Let's use this. Let's use our lovely shell again. Actually, this one. This one seems to work nicely. And we'll use the URL encoder in HackVerter to encode in URL encoding. And there we go. Okay. Cool. Okay. So now we have a shell. What interesting file is located in the web server folder? So now we can do ls-l a. Oh, we did the HD password again. So we can switch to the mic user, presumably. Where was his... this one? His password was Sheffield19. Did I put that in here? No. So we can use the switch user command. And now we're Mike. And now we can cat the user.txt, I guess, which is there. We can copy that. Okay. Well, in an image, using image to exploit a system via containers, we look for a very small distribution. Our favorite for this task is named after mountains. What is the distribution? And it's alpine. What flag do we set? Okay, so we should look up the GTFO bins LXD, or not LXD Privesc. There we go. What flag do we set for the container so it has root privileges on the host? I think it's this, right? Security.privileged equals true. Okay, if the root system is mounted at /mnt in the container, where can the root flag be found? So it can be mnt root. Okay, submit the user flag. We have that. Okay, so now we can do this. I assume we cannot. Yeah, I assume we just can't. We can't do this, can we? Maybe we can. Can I git clone? Are you a hacker? I mean, yeah. Oops. That's probably going to time out. I wonder if the image is... Twitch recommended your channel? Cool. Welcome. Exploiting without the internet. Okay, you can install on your machine. Okay, so I can build this on my own machine, right? Pardon me. Don't know why that didn't paste. 2K for PC, is that necessary hacking? No. Okay. I'm not even sure if this is going to work, but we'll try it, I guess. It would be nice to have one of these releases. I wonder if there is a LXD Alpine image available. Yeah, the LXC Privisk. I have done it once before with the building it off. I think this is gonna work. I'm not sure. Which one do we want? Well, the 64-bit. I'm not sure if I should use the 64-bit or the IE686. Let's try the IE686. Alright, so we're going to copy this to var www, and then we're going to download it. Okay, and we'll do wget http / and then this one. Okay. Import the image. It's important doing this from your home directory on the victim machine or it might fail. Okay. We are in the home directory, I think. Yep. Okay, that worked. LXD in it. Let's just do defaults. Configure the LXD storage pool as default. Sorry, the LXD. Sure. LXD VR1. I don't know if this is gonna work or not. Okay. Run the image. Okay. Mount. Okay. Start the container. I mean, it's looking promising unless this just doesn't work. It worked. Look at that. Our shell is a bit crappy, but so I think if we go into /mnt root and then root, there's the root.txt. It worked. Okay. Yeah, so that's the trick is if you don't have the internet, you follow these instructions on your machine here. So I basically did all these on my own Kali instance, and that generated, if I do an ls-l, it generated these two. I just used the i686 one. I guess you could also use the 64-bit one. I copied that to the victim, and then I ran all these files on the victim from my home directory, which it said it was important to do this. And what this does, we mounted the root file system to /mnt root, and then we used the shell. So actually I should be able to do mnt home mic user.txt as well. Nope. Oh, right. ls mnt root home mic user.txt. Right. Okay, so now I can cat that. There we go. Okay, so oh, we already submitted the user flag. I forgot. Okay, here we go. Now we can just submit this flag. HackTheBox. All right, we are getting there. Okay, final box, everybody. Spawn this machine. Get rid of all this. This is Markup. Cancel all that. cd // cd and make directory Markup. It's not really a game, but it's gamified hacking, I guess. All right, we're gonna play Stream Raiders. Where'd it go? There it is. Thank you, Duck Star Ohio, for the subscription. This poor guy over here. All right. We'll grant random side of M and GoPro Slow-Yo won some stuff. All right, we will, I guess, keep going. Yeah, we'll just this random battle here. Okay. I'm gonna. There we go. And back. I'm playing Sciencing Technology, apparently. Okay. We have an IP address. Let's run sudo nmap. Sudo nmap. That one. All right. Okay. What version of Apache is running on the target's port 80? Let's always do a lovely guess. I'm going to guess 2441. Haha! All right. Got it. Did you take the course at Burp Suite and what are the benefits of Pro? I haven't taken the exam yet. Exactly, Darkstar. When in doubt, 2441. So I haven't taken the course. I haven't taken the exam yet. But yeah, the Web Academy is really good. Yeah, if we have time at the end of the stream, which we probably will, I'll do one of the Portswigger labs I promised to show someone. It's definitely worth it, the Web Academy though. What username and password combination logs in successfully? Okay. Well, let's have a look, see. What have we got here? 22, SSH, port 80, HTTP, 443, same thing. Alright, let's just visit it. Okay, so we have a login page. Anything in the comments? No. Is it matcha tea or cordial with a posh straw? It's iced tea and it's just a metal straw. That's all. I like being environmentally conscious, so I don't have plastic straws. I lie, actually. I've got corn-based plastic straws or something like that, so they're biodegradable straws. But I'll usually have a metal straw as well. Okay, so I'm guessing we should try some usernames and passwords. Admin and password is obviously a good one to try, because that happens. Okay. I swear I haven't done this before. Admin password. I mean, that's the one I try all the time. What is the word at the top of the page that accepts user input? Is it talking about this one? Mega shopping? Or maybe not. Maybe it's I'm guessing just order. Right. What XML version is used on the target? Oh, okay. Interesting. Well, let's just try some stuff. I probably should have proxied through burp. Let's actually open up the web browser and we'll go back here. Turn the intercept off. Admin password. Go to order. We don't want to save that. One test, submit, blah blah blah. Did it actually do anything? This is the question. Yes, it did. Okay, there we go. It's sending XML. Who reckons they know what this is going to be vulnerable to? I guess 1.0 is what's being used. XXE, GoPro Slow You and MSEC have got it. Okay, what does XXE attack acronym stand for? It's never called XEE, by the way. I don't know why, but it just isn't. The XXE is what we like. But does anyone know what it stands for without Googling? Darkstar High got it, yeah. XML external, the X being there instead of at the start. Entity. Technically injection, but it's XXE injection. What username can we find in the web page's HTML code? Interesting, okay. Maybe it's in contact. Support, maybe. It did say source code. I'm not sure if it meant like in a comment, but I'm guessing it's going to be support. It's not because it ends in an L. Okay. We need to look a bit closer then. We go to the home page. No. Go to about. I can't see anything there. Go to products. Can't see anything there. I think we already looked in services, but maybe not. Maybe in process.php, no. Interesting. Maybe if we submit a contact. Test. No, it doesn't do anything. 6 letters ending in L. Okay, we are missing something. We're looking for a username. 6 letters ends in an L somewhere in this source code, which I guess I can zoom in a little bit for you all. I haven't seen it though. Contact. Modified by Daniel. There it is up there, look. In a comment on the services page. Got Daniel. What is the file located in the log management folder on the target? Okay, so what we can do now is use this to do some XML entity injection. So XXE payloads. I just really need this one. So if we submit this, you see, okay, so I'll show you how this works. You see home appliances is there and it gets reflected back. If I update this to home appliances 2, it reflects back home appliances 2. Okay. So now what are these entities? If we stick this in the document, this document replace with entity example. So let's just change Doe to Tiberius. And we'll change the name to XXE. If we now replace this string with ampersand XXE semicolon and press send, a funny thing happens. Even though it was reflecting back what this was, we get Tiberius back. And that's because we've created an entity here called XXE and set it to the string Tiberius. When the XML parser processes this on the server, it's going to see this reference. It's going to say, okay, I need to find an entity named XXE. There it is. It's the string Tiberius. This is fine. This is pretty good. This basically just means if you're using the same string a lot of times in an XML document and you don't want to do that, you can define it at the start and just note where it is. It's kind of like how a zip file works. Finding patterns and then compressing them by setting the pattern once at the start and then just using references. What is kind of weird is that you can define entities that reference other entities. So if we define an entity xxc2 as the string ampersand xxe with a space, and then do 10 of them, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then end with a quote. And we change this xxe to xxe2. Maybe they don't support this then. Oh no, I need to end it. There we go. Okay. So now we have your order for Tiberius 10 times. And the bad thing about this is you can do it multiple times. So if I just copy this entire thing, change this to xxe3, and then put a 2 after all of these. Okay, and then I do xxe3. How many Tiberiuses do you think we're going to see? Someone do the math. At least 5, right? Yeah. We're not going to see any because this is actually configured properly, but we would have seen 100 if it had worked. Detected an entity reference loop. If you don't have recursive entities, so if you have recursive entities turned off, you can actually crash servers this way. There is actually an attack for it. It's called the billion laughs attack. It has its own Wikipedia page because it's so funny. Let me zoom in on this. Why is it called a billion laughs attack? Because you define an entity lol, which is the string lol, and then you define entity lol1, which is the entity lol 10 times, lol2, which is the entity lol1 10 times, and so on until you get to lol9, which is the entity lol8 10 times. This is a billion lols. So when you reference lol9, as you do here, it's going to recursively expand all of these until you get a billion of them. And as it says here, this is going to take 3 gigabytes of memory. So, and because this is exponential, if you do a lol10, that's going to be it's going to be 10 billion lols, and so that's going to be 30 gigabytes of memory. And you can keep going. And this payload is tiny. Look at it. Like how I think it says, how long is it? Yeah, less than a kilobyte. This is a tiny payload, and it can crash servers, which is funny. Okay, the other thing. So if that blows your mind, let's go back to when we just had this one entity, Tiberius. For some, if you thought recursive entity expansion was bad enough, and it is bad, you I don't know why, but the XML spec defined you could define an entity as a system entity. I forget whether it's before or after. Let me look it up. It's after. Okay, right. So it's after the name. So if we define this as a system entity, and then we say we want the file : / /etc password. Failed to load. Oh, it's a C. This is why it's a C drive thing. Okay, so hang on. Let's try... Right, okay. So let's get a... If we want to do Windows... win.ini, I think, is a file, right? Oh no, hang on. Not XAMPP. There you go. So we just grabbed the Windows win.ini file of the Windows thing. Yeah. So that's fun. Sometimes, let's see if directory listing is enabled. Sometimes it is. It's not. Okay. That's fine though. But we should be able to... if we do this, HTBox, index.php, is there no index.php, or did I mistype? Server.php maybe? Sorry, services.php. Invalid element name. Okay, right. It's okay. It's trying to encode it. Right. So it's trying to encode it in XML, and it's not working. All right, but that's XML entity injection. What is the file located in log management? You can't really base 64 anything, unfortunately. Although you might be able to do it, I guess. I wonder if you can do a PHP thing. You might be able to, actually. Ordinarily you can't, but because we're working in PHP, we might be able to. Let's try index.php. That looks like it worked. So again, we're using PHP filters, the same things we used before. And let's paste that. Decode from base 64. Yeah, there you go. So we have the source code of the index page now. We can grab db.php and likely extract the database credentials. So let's do that. And hackverter, oops, another one of these. Decode base 64. It's root with a blank password. Lovely. That's probably not going to get us anywhere. I'm interested in file located in the log management folder. I'm interested in how we do this. Can we just do a dot and get a list? No. I don't think so. We've tried the directory. We've tried just having the directory. It doesn't list directories. I can try it again, I guess, but file. So this is going to be the C drive. If I just list the C drive, I guess. Yeah. Or I could just do file C. Or even just Windows. No such file directory. If I do win.ini though, it works. Yeah, so it's just the problem with the it won't list directories. Java does. It really depends on the XML parser. The Java one does, the default one. This is always fun. Okay. What files are located in the log management folder? Okay, I guess we can just log management windows. Yeah, I mean it's in the log. Windows logs are in Windows System 32 config, okay, but definitely a weird question. I'm not entirely sure what it means. I guess I'll take the hint. Include the file extension. Yeah, we probably do need to be on their PC. I'm not entirely sure how we get on it yet, though. I guess we could look. OpenSSH for Windows. We might be able to look in Daniel's home directory. Key location. There we go. User key location. C users. Okay, so is it still in .ssh? Okay. So we know that there's a user Daniel. So we can probably do Daniel.ssh ID RSA. There we go. Okay, we're on. All right. So now we can do ID RSA. Do Daniel RSA. Okay. The IP of the box, please. SSH-I Daniel at bad permissions chmod 600 the key Daniel. Try it again. Here we go.
I'm in.
Okay, I'm in. So now we can do ls-l. No, we can't. We can do dir. I SSH'd and I immediately went to Linux. Let's do dir on the desktop. There's the user.txt file. So we're going to type desktop user.txt. Type desktop user.txt. So we'll copy that for later. Okay. Log management. So let's just go back up, I guess. Oh, there it is, log management. Job.bat. What executable is mentioned in the file mentioned before? Okay, so we'll type job.bat. This one. Okay, submit the user flag. Okay, so what does this do? Um, yeah. Okay. Let's grab WinPeas and run WinPeas. Do we have PowerShell? We do have PowerShell. Okay, so I can use wget, right? Yeah. Okay, so just want to double check where my WinPeas system info. I assume this is a okay, hang on. System info. It's not real. It's not like a real computer. It's like I say, it's on HackTheBox, so it's the website you're allowed to attack, or you're allowed to attack machines on the website. Okay, so let's wget. Well, really, I should probably cd back into C. Users Daniel wget HTTP privesc, and then let's use the 64-bit one. Actually, it has to be 64-bit because it's Windows 8.1. Hang on a minute. Okay, we will go back to GitHub. I have a cheat sheet. I might need out file. Okay. I guess I should do wget dash or wget. No. WinPeas.exe. Nice. Thank you. I don't have a Python server running. It's just on my regular Apache server. Okay, so now we can /winpeas.exe. And we'll see what happens. There we go. Good timing. We'll do Stream Raiders while that runs. Start the battle. GoPro Slowyo is running away. Oh no, he's not. Alright. Okay, I guess we can get... Oh no, I died. I might lose this one. Unless GoPro can... Nope. Hey! We actually won. Alright. GoPro Slowyo won. The rewards. That's a very hard battle, but I guess screw it, we'll do it anyway. And okay, back to the live screen. Okay, it has finished, so we'll just scroll up backwards, I guess. We're looking for anything that has red or red and yellow. Daniel has all access to all these Zamp stuff. Okay, it looks like you can write to the tasks. That's okay. These are the auto run applications, so they're probably not. Okay, possible DLL hijacking. Let's copy this for later. Okay, hang on. Auto log on credentials. Okay, I think this is probably going to be easy. You can probably just SSH then. Administrator. Hang on. Did I copy that right? Did I spell administrator right? Administrator, yes. There we go. Alright.
We are in.
And submit the root flag. It's going to be on the desktop. Type root.txt. And that, my friends, is the end of starting point. Okay, thank you very much for being on this journey with me. Yep, we'll do the Portswigger Lab now. I don't have time to do an actual easy box on HackTheBox. These last three took 2.5 hours almost. So yeah, what? So the stream is pretty much over for the beginner content. What I did promise Nicoletta, who's a guy from my Discord server. By the way, join my Discord server. Discord. He wanted me to go over some one task in the Portswigger Web Academy. So we're going to do that, but this is advanced stuff. This is advanced web stuff. Sorry, Nicoletta is a girl. Yeah, so if you want to follow along and look at some web stuff, we can. But otherwise, yeah. So we'll do Portswigger Web Academy. All right, log in. Hang save that one. So what she wanted me to do was the first web cache deception, which is this one. So we'll access the lab, and then we'll obviously load it in here instead, and I'll probably disconnect from the VPN just because. Okay, so in burp, I'm going to add the target scope. Okay, and we'll do this. So again, if you're not following along, absolutely fine. This is not easy. So I guess I should kind of explain a little bit about web cache poisoning. There exist these things called web caches, and their point is to take a request and check whether there is already a cached page in their cache. And instead of asking the web server to process the page and return whatever output there is, if the cached page is still valid, return that. So this works for pages where you don't have authentication. So obviously authenticated pages probably shouldn't be cached. Or if they should, there should be a way of caching them and determining whether the user session is attached to the cache. But there are these things called unkeyed headers. So if you think about how a page might get cached, if the user requests it and there isn't a page in the cache, or the cache is expired, the web server will render the page, return the page, and then the cache server will cache it. And then the next user will request the page, and there will be a page in the cache. So the cache server will return the cached page. What unkeyed headers are headers in the request that somehow they affect the response of the page in a way that's controllable, but they aren't used as part of the cache key. Cache keys are effectively how cache servers know how to differentiate between different types of pages. So obviously host names, URL parameters, post parameters are all usually part of the key. Headers generally not. So unkeyed headers, if you're able to control a header and make it so that you can cache your specific header in the response, then you can do cache poisoning. So what does this want us to do? It handles input from an unkeyed header in an unsafe way. A user visits to the homepage roughly once every minute. To solve this, lab poison the cache with a response. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is obviously figure out which header is unkeyed. The way we do that is we take the request, we send it through param miner to guess headers, and we'll do a dynamic cache buster. That's important. Yeah, okay. So we'll do that. And go back to here. And just check parameter. Okay, so where's the logger? Param miner is awesome. Basically, what param miner does is, if we look down here, it's going to spam a bunch of headers. So this is actually just testing. whether the how many headers it can actually put in a request before the request fails. It's still doing that. See, it's putting an increasing number of requests in there. These are all nonsense. And it's still getting back nice queries. Okay, right. So it's determined that whatever this amount of headers is, it can put in one request. And now it's literally just spamming multiple headers with the same value. And then it's going to check whether those values get reflected back in the response. Okay. And then once that ends, we should have on our dashboard or on our target page an issue which says which unkeyed headers there are. And the reason you do a dynamic cache buster is because you don't want the cache server to cache it. So by adding a cache buster, which is effectively just a random, it's always random parameter, URL parameter, because the URL parameter is part of the key, then every single request is going to have a different cache key, and so nothing's going to get cached. So we have to wait until, unfortunately, this finishes, which can take a while. Yeah, at some point I might do all the labs on this. I think I can at least do the first 4. I haven't done the rest of these, so I should probably try those at some point. Okay, so it's still, you can see how many. Okay, so it's figuring out. I think it's detected X forwarded host is one, maybe. It looks like it has. So at some point you see what it does is it just tries different things with X forwarded host. In this case, it's stuck some stuff on the end. And now you see X forwarded host. And if we search for this string in here, you can see there it is. It's reflected. This entire string is reflected there. So we know that the X forwarded host is probably an uncached key. So what we can do, we'll take this now, and we'll go here. And what can we do with this? Well, if we go back to burp, let's copy the request. So we do this, and we put a cache key. Cache equals no or something. There we go. So you see this X cache value that says it's a miss. That means the actually, let me just try something. All right, it's already adding one anyway. But the cache X cache miss means it's missed the cache So this is not a cached page. So what can we do with this? Well, because we've injecting here into this script and we have an exploit server, we go to our exploit server and so we want to inject this host name here, right? And if I click send, it should right, so it's going to load /resources/js/tracking.js now from this exploit server. So if we go back to our exploit server and replace the file name with exactly that, and we want to do an alert document.cookie, which we can just paste in here because this is just a JavaScript file. Store that. And then what we'll do is we'll copy this one header. Once it's stored, okay. It's being very slow apparently, but we'll get there. There we go. Okay, it's stored. So now what we can do is we can intercept the request. We will reload our page, and we will stick this X-forwarded host on here, forward it, and we get an alert window, right? So we know that we can cache poison. Actually, it's found it here. Did it finish? All right. I'm just going to deload param miner because we don't need it anymore. So now if we do this and send it, okay, what happens? So it sent the request without a cache buster. So, but the X-forwarded host is still there. If we keep sending this, eventually we're going to see X-cache hit, which means we've sent the request so many times that we've triggered the cache server to cache our page because the previous cache had expired. And so if we do, there we go, X-cache hit. Okay. And so this means now if I go to repeater and take out this header and send the request, we'll send it again. Hang on, maybe keep sending it. Okay, so we need to keep sending it until the actual X-forwarded host changes to this. So I know the cache expires after, I believe, 30 seconds. There we go. Okay, so it's changed. Now if we go back here, there we go. So we sent a GET request without the header, but we still got the exploit. Yeah? And that's because we poisoned the cache server with this header reflecting back. And so if we keep doing that, actually, eventually the guy who's browsing this, a user visits the homepage roughly once a minute. So if we keep just doing this and sending it, it should eventually trigger the guy's page. And in fact, what I can do probably is go there And just keep doing this, and we'll see. Hopefully, we'll see the lab get solved. And again, the only reason we have to keep doing this is because we don't want the cache to expire and for the user to trigger the new cache again. There is an extension called Auto Repeater where you could just do this, I think, but we're just going to keep clicking send, and hopefully at some point, because it's not, it should, yeah, there's no cache buster, we're good. You can see the age going up as well. I mean, this is definitely how it's supposed to be done. Whether the lab is balked or not, I don't know. But, it shows solved here, that's because I've solved it before. This is the actual one we should be looking at. Yeah, I mean, it should be solving it. X forwarded host, that's the one we're using, right? Yep, X forwarded host. No, the cache expires when it reaches 30. So you see this number goes up every second it goes up. And when it reaches 30 it expires. The problem is the guy visiting the lab should visit the lab every minute. So we should have seen him by now, which let me just yeah, we've done that. Done that. Keep sending the request. Yeah, exactly. I have a feeling this lab might be slightly broken then. As you can see, it's definitely working when I load the page itself. So I'm not entirely sure why it wouldn't work. My thought is the lab is broken. I guess we can try taking the cookie out. Maybe it's the cookie that was tripping it up. We'll see. Think I should have what? Triggered the lab? Yeah. It's definitely still cached. Well, I'm going to give up because this is definitely broken. I might message them because it's definitely not working. I'm not going to stay here clicking send for that amount of time. Yeah, sorry about that. That's definitely how you do it, and you know, even the instructions say. So I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, it should work that way. I imagine it's just broken. I'll message them if I remember. Okay, let's do one last stream raiders. I'll start it early. We've got 4 minutes left, but we'll do stream raiders, then we'll end the stream. Yeah. Start early, ready for battle. Yes, we are. Probably gonna lose this one. I think we're about to get slaughtered. Yep. Oh well. Good. Okay, let's go back. Thank you, appreciate it. Bright Hammer. Darkstar Ohio, what do I do on non-Mondays? So currently I only stream on 2 days, Mondays and Fridays. Fridays are frustration Fridays, so we try and do some hard stuff. Though currently we are doing Advent of Cyber, so it's not really that frustrating, but then we're doing Hollow Network on TryHackMe, so that's kind of complicated. So we'll do that this Friday. I might do an earlier stream than usual because I have Friday off. But check out my Twitter. I'm gonna go stream ending soon page. So you can check out my Twitter. There it is on the screen at the bottom. Please join my Discord server, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and follow me on Twitch. Let's find someone to raid because we have probably people online. Always best to try and share.